I've heard music, I've heard noise. I wish that she could hear her voice the way that I do when I go to sleep at night and dream my life away. But she's gone when I awake.
It's only appropriate to be eating a Big Apple in the Big Apple.
I'm very apropos.
Yes. All right. Let's do this.
All right.
Cool.
You want me to go?
Go ahead. Start it up.
Hi guys. This is cool.
Hey guys, this is Stephanie, host of Side B Radio on OWWR.
And I'm Etan Wishnevski, host of Uncharted Waves, also on OWWR. We're sitting right here with Darren Criss, singer, songwriter, and actor, and pretty much a jack of all trades.
He's been in a Mary Potter musical, Little White Lie, Eastwick on ABC, and he also has his own music that he's going to be performing tonight in Brooklyn.
That's right. We're actually going to be watching him perform over at Public Assembly in downtown Brooklyn. It's located on 70 North 6th Street. What's Brooklyn, up, Darren?
Yo, man. Life is good. I'm really happy to be in New York, one of my favorite places in the whole world to be and to hang out. I got a lot of family and friends, a lot of roots here. I was always going to move to Brooklyn for the longest time. Then, life happened. Life moments just kind of reroute your decisions, and so I decided to go to LA, and I've been really happy out there. So it's good to be here. I feel great, man.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and what got you into music?
Yeah, so born and raised San Franciscan, so a Northern Californian kid. This is why I never thought I'd end up in LA, because go Giants, no offense to any Dodgers fans. Yeah, I've always been involved in music as long as I can tell. For some reason, unbeknownst to me to this day, I asked my mom if I could learn how to play the violin when I was like 5, and which is a testament to my mom being a saint. It wasn't like, oh, okay, well, we'll see about that. Like, without any hesitation, was like, yeah, okay. And so, I played violin for my whole life, and I was played violin seriously and took lessons and so forth for like 10, 15 something crazy years. And so, while I was doing that, was my like formal training in music. And then while that happened, I would pick up a guitar, and then I'd play a lot of piano. And towards high school, I started playing the drums a lot with my brother, who's also in a great New York band, Freelance Whales, doing very well right now. Go check him out at Lollapalooza in August. Or is it July? Does anybody know?
Not sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyway, it's coming up.
Lollapalooza.com.
Exactly. Yeah, go check out Lollapalooza and go check out the Freelance Whales. Anyway, yeah, and I've always been just into music. I listen to a lot of oldies as a little kid. I was always really adamant about finding new music. This was before music was as accessible as it is now. I didn't realize how cool this was. I can brag about this now because I'm like, wow, what a cool little kid. But back then, I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. It was like this really kind of, to me, to my knowledge, I didn't know anybody else. It was like seeking out like Chad and Jeremy tapes and like Beatles EPs and stuff like that. So
When did you write singing and songwriting?
I don't know. I got a guitar for Christmas in 3rd grade because I would be just playing other people's guitars a lot, trying to figure it out. And I don't know. It's fun to sing. I've always been a annoying kid that sang, broke into song, which is I suppose why I ended up really involving myself in musical theater. But I don't know. It just seems natural. You have an instrument. Sing violin, you can't really sing with. I mean, you can, and it's been done, and it's great. But I don't know. Guitar is a little more of an accessible thing, and it's a big gatherer of people. So I've always liked that aspect, and I guess that just kind of turned into me playing songs on guitar and piano and stuff, because I like the community gathering of music. It's a very primal, basic desire that everybody has. It's fun to share, you know.
You mentioned that you like sought out different music when you were younger. Who are your influences?
Well, like I said, I'm a weird one because I was really into musical theater as a kid. So you know, I'd have my Les Mis tapes in Phantom of the Opera, but at the same time, I was this is like the '90s, so I was dead into Nirvana, Pearl Jam, like a lot of alternative, Soundgarden. Green Day, Oasis, all the Atlantis, all those like amazing '90s alternative bands that were huge then, were mixed in with musical theater. And then I was always into oldies, so like Motown and Smokey Robinson, Al Green, Marvin Gaye. And then I've always loved the Beatles. There was a time in my life where the only things that mattered to me in the entire world was the Beatles and Star Wars. Everything that I own had to do, and Disney movies, excuse me, lest we forget that is something very important for me. So I was this very bizarre melting pot. And of course, I'm from California, so like Tupac was like, sorry East Coasters, Tupac Biggie. I love Biggie to forever. But no, I was, I listen to everything. I can't really say I have one solid through-line influence. I like music. I've never, ever excluded anything out of my palette. I just love good music. If it's good, it's good. End of story.
Well, anybody who follows you on YouTube sees that you have all these songs that you have from Disney. And you just mentioned, we cannot forget about Disney, but what was it that got you loving Disney so much?
I feel really connected to, and I think a lot of us do in our generation, and there's a term that I don't know if this is like a thing, like an editorial thing, but nerd-stalgia. We live in the age of the reboot, where a lot of mainstream entertainment relies on a lot of referential topics. The more references that sort of reach out to people, the better. People, love that kind of stuff. It's just very common in our humor today. And I think more and more people are really embracive of their childhood and the things that define their childhood. And it's something that really connects older people together, because as if it's some novel thing. Oh my God, you like Disney movies too? It's not so novel. It's like, yeah, because we were children once, and that is, that doesn't change. So, I don't know. I've always just been really connected to them because they're good films. They're arguably the best films ever in the American canon. I mean, everybody can always be like, oh yeah, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, like an Oscar-nominated film. Just amazing music, really accessible, beautiful, and fun, And it's fun to play them because they're good songs, but there's an implicit connotation of those songs that just bleeds innocence and just nostalgia, and it's the easiest way to relate to somebody. The best way to get to know somebody, you ask, hey, so where'd you grow up? Where did you start? So that's, for me, musically, that's what I like to do.